Okay, so back doing another VOD review, the mini review for the day of this week's FNCS that I played. I played twice today, and the biggest lesson that I have today is when you trial someone and they don't live up to what they told you they can do, drop them, because for me, I got told that the guy I was playing with had incredible mechs. That's what he said. He said, I'm an incredible mech player. I'm just brain dead. Like, that's why I haven't made any money. That's why I haven't come first in tournaments. I'm of the best of the best. And then I played against him in a box fight, and I 5-0'd him, and I realized, oh, this guy isn't the best of the best. He's just a regular guy who's talking a lot of shit. And so I ended up, we ended up playing all 10 games out in the first hour and a half, and ended with 11 points in all 10 games. Because he was scared of landing POIs, which are crucial for those start game kills, which secure you a couple points at least, like 20 or 30 points at least by the end of the tournament. But he was not happy to land there. He wanted to land somewhere safe, and then he wanted to avoid all the mid-game fights because he always gets third-partied, and just a whole lot of shit that no matter what I reasoned out with him, wasn't going to work. So I played all 10 games with him as to not, scuff him. And we ended on 11 points. So then I went and found Jinx, and I played with Jinx before. I've played with Jinx in Arena and a single duo event. This was an hour, or it might have been 45 minutes left of the event here. And we land lazy, so this is when I've realized, like, it's already fucked. So what am I going to do? Like, fuck it more? Like, what am I going to do, right? It's already fucked. The event's already fucked. 11 points. Worst case scenario, I come out of this with less points than 11, and I still don't qualify. So I decided that I'm going to play with Jinx, and we just threw all caution to the wind. We just immediately start W-keying the shit out of everyone as much as we can.
One hit.
Dead. I get these 2 kills here. Gets me healthy. Jinx has no shield, and we push with no shield because fuck it. 87 flesh on this kid, knocked one. Kill this person here.
Shit,
Jinx is also controller, so that's another thing. I think I'm gonna try to look for a controller PC duo from now on. Someone that's actually good enough mechanically to do anything to fight. That's really what I want. That is really what I need, actually. See, like, there's just no fear. He jumped in that box with no shield. And I haven't even cracked the guy. And he's just not scared that he's going to miss his shot. He's just not worried about it. Go on me. 24 shield?
105.
Oh, 105, he tags him and then jumps in. Like, he's not scared at all of getting one pumped or sprayed or anything. He knows that he's the one who's going to be spraying. So that's the mindset that I need in a duo partner. Especially right now when I'm hitting like a really good stride for my own gameplay. To have a duo partner who's not scared of getting into someone's box, that's huge. So we end up rotating around whaling. I'm not going to focus on any rotates. There were no end games in this. This is all going to be about just the dynamic of PC player, keyboard mouse player, and a control player.
Did you just get banned or what?
No. It's phase drop.
So right here, I'm employing a technique that I used the whole tournament, which was just cranking up and getting height while Jinx is applying pressure. So I didn't realize it at this point. I realized it like 3 games in. That the best way to deal with people, fight people with Jinx, is to tag them once, dip, and then let Jinx pressure while I build up. That's the absolute best. So this is exactly what I did here. I tagged this guy for some amount of damage, I think.
Right, someone's contesting. They're padded.
Yeah.
No, so I haven't tagged this guy yet. But I break him out as Jinx is building up. So he's looking at Jinx now, and you'll see the builds come across the screen, yeah? And now I'm breaking him out again, knowing that Jinx has, you know, god aim, so he can, you know, out aim this kid.
Got him out again. Oh,
And then he drops on Jinx and just literally
Oh my
120
God,
him
he's
with a
got
drum gun.
Coming to you. Break him
I'm
up, break
right
him up,
now.
break him up.
yeah. Open minis.
I have Slurpfish. I used all my utility today again, which was huge. That's so good.
Careful, there's drum, and I think
It was really good that I ended up, you know, being able to realize that I had a Slurpfish and that he should use it. It seems like an obvious thing, but you'd be surprised how many people in fights just don't use the utility they have. So I jump in this kid's box thinking that, like, you know, fuck it. Worst case is that I tag him before Jinx kills him. That's exactly what happened. This guy hits me with the drum gun. So he hits me with the tack for about 50. And then I'm dead. So the drum gun and controller is not only balanced, but it's a good thing for the game. This is entirely my fault. I tried to escape getting thirsted, and I didn't realize that Jinx was coming
He's
off.
controller.
And I died.
Oh, I done a 4 damage. It was.
So Jinx ends up having to sit in the bush, and then he gets 2v1'd. You know, that's just regular game shit. Now for me, I haven't thought about this all day, so I'm going into this blind with everyone who's watching. I haven't thought about this or analyzed this to any real extent.
Back out twice. Oh, he's low.
So I have a gun here, so I take the attention off of Jinx, and I take the 50-50 here with the attack, and I'm confident that I can win it because I have attack. So I take it.
Use this med kit, and then I'm gonna thirst.
Go ahead.
Block the stairs off so that he can't get down. Heal up, and then someone comes through the elevator. Tag him for like 70 or something.
Bam, clear.
Yeah, thank you.
Get this, hoping for minis, don't get any. I think we get 2 kills here, and then, yeah, we get 2 kills here, and then we get destroyed by this guy. This box fight right here, me and Jinx are in the same box, but I'm the one taking the shot, which is so dumb. I should have been the one who was like holding and resetting edits, but he kept being the one who was holding and resetting edits. And because of that, this guy who is like a, I don't know, god tier genius or something, managed to dink me, and then just jumps in a box with Jinx and just destroys Jinx as well. So I don't know if that guy was cheating. I don't know what was happening. But right in that situation, first off, I should have placed a ramp above us. Second off, I should have been the one holding builds while Jinx was the one attacking.
Yeah, I'm not good with
There's no reason for him to be the one resetting when he's on controller. Now, in this situation, I get a tack shotgun, and Jinx and I have landed separately, but he moved over to me. Hit this kid for 75, 45, and 45, so he's dead. Jinx gets his partner, and that's a duo. So there's 2 points already that we're very happy to have. Very happy to have. Very few of our points came from placement. Very few. Right here is a good example of the dynamic, I think. It might be. I don't know, I haven't. This is much less prepared than I usually am for this.
shit, he's like right on me.
So, right here. So, with a controller, if you aren't like a mechanical god, like someone like Wolfies, someone like Wolfies or someone like, I can't even think of another one. Sway. So, people like Wolfies can do what PC players do where they get into a bad situation and it ends up being okay because they're able to quickly do something to remedy that problem. But most controller players need to be the one aggressing because when they're moving backwards, they're not only running slower than they usually would, so they mess up things that they would normally not mess up, but they're also not able to turn as quickly. They're just like not able to turn very fast. And that's a problem with like most controller players. Their sense is so low. And so right here, Jinx is in that situation right now.
He's like right on me.
See, this guy is not like a god tier player or something. He's just a regular, like, spray you down player. And Jinx has been just shitting on people the whole time, but he's on his heels, and so he starts running. And he starts not being able to do much to this guy. It's just sort of a little thing that I noticed with controller players. You need to put them in an advantageous situation. A Okay, let's get off. Box. Dead.
Dead.
Shit, there's one on there.
That was just really good use of the tag.
Lasers?
Flash.
No.
Let's go.
Completely stole his kill, but
This is so
fuck
free,
it, it
bro.
doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Right along here.
Why, one hit.
Caravan Park.
Wow, I beat the fuck out of him.
Oh, I hit his friend 80 wide on his friend.
Yeah, rush. They're both still low.
So I hit that kid 60, but caught out 80 because I can't count. And this is where our problem sort of started, but also sort of ended. So we ended up getting a shit ton of points right here.
I'll be pissed.
We ended up with
One pump.
2 kills extra each in this situation.
In the
Oh, yeah, right here.
Hold him to your left, to your south.
So I beamed the
Dead,
shit out of
dead,
this
dead.
kid.
Good shit.
Saved Jinx from getting killed. Also, that was a situation, right, where Jinx couldn't really do anything. So he's not looking to his south, and this kid starts beaming him, and he manages to place a wall in time, and then I kill him.
Dead.
Good shit. One on me.
Coming.
I've turned him out. Oh, I'm getting...
See, he's getting third party, and he can't do anything about it.
Oh,
He
look,
can't
fucking-
turn, man.
Yeah.
He just can't.
Yeah.
I need to get this.
Coming from sweaty. Yeah, we get that. We're good.
So I'm looking for just the
They're
extra
distracted.
point.
He's
I
right
don't
there.
give a shit that, you know, we could die here. Time was running out. We had maybe 20 minutes after this one,
Kinda cool.
or maybe 30 minutes.
Camp.
So I was like, it doesn't matter. I just need the elims. Just need the extra points.
Yeah, they're distracted.
This was for FNCS Opens. We only needed 30 points to qual, or 35 points to qual. So I thought it was
Just
doable.
shield?
We only needed one good game, but we didn't end up getting it. We just ended up getting a bunch of start games.
I got med kit. I'm good.
Use it and I'll hold.
And here's where the dynamic comes into play really well.
Are they good?
No, that is.
So right here, I take an edit, or this guy breaks it, and I am looking this way, and Jinx is looking this way. Not to say, you know, you couldn't do that with a keyboard and mouse player, but most keyboard and mouse players would have edited the ramp to try and get away. But just the way that I play and just the way that Jinx is playing, we're looking for the shot before we're looking for anything else. So same thing with this guy. He breaks the wall, and I tag him. Comes along, and he's shooting Jinx in the back, so I jump up to take the shots.
I'm hitting him.
He ends up getting rocketed. I think he dies here as well.
Fucking head.
He dies to someone else, I believe. Or maybe I killed him. Oh, I did kill him.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
good
killed him.
shit. Fucking mid.
And then I get
Almost
fucking
done.
headshot.
Yeah, go
That's
for
so
it.
annoying.
I got 2 minis.
Good. Yeah.
But just that thing of looking for shots instead of looking for anything else.
Oh, I got
I
fucking
just get
railed from north.
fucking
Oh my
destroyed.
god.
Right here, Jinx. This is anxiety that comes with
Yeah.
controller.
I'm probably dead here.
So he's not as willing. See, he says I'm probably dead here. He has 3 seconds on the res. He can see through this metal, and I know for a fact that the person was northwest, so they couldn't actually
I
shoot
have-
us. But he wasn't confident that
It's
he'd be
west,
able to
west,
move
yeah,
away.
Let's go. That was so.
So yeah, we ended with 8 points on that one.
There's like African countries or something.
I'll be playing the daily cash cup tomorrow with Jinx, just cause Mark's computer is fucked and is not working anymore. I end up scuffing my drop
Oh,
here,
not bad.
but I land on a
Oh,
legendary
Legendary
chest.
chest.
And get a ball.
I land in the middle of nowhere.
Look at all the people that I tagged.
Well, I'm not
this
near
fucking
you.
shit.
You know how to loot
60
the
flash, insta kill. Then someone picked him. He gets his thirst somehow.
Please, for love of God, die.
Now look at this.
Oh, what?
And I get my kill stolen. Pretty unfortunate. But it doesn't matter because our mindset is that we just need to get there and go. See, Jinx sort of lost. He took his eye off the prize, which was like, oh, if it's fucked, it doesn't matter. He landed here and hit this lip right here, and ended up running away to try and survive, which it doesn't even matter. Literally doesn't matter. I don't know if he ends up getting a kill here. No, he doesn't. But yeah, just
main house.
mindset's probably the craziest difference between PC and controller, I would say. Like keyboard and mouse and controller. It's just the way that you look at the fight that you're about to take. Again, this right here. So
Unless they have
I
a
back
power,
up.
it's
I backed up earlier while I was walking along because I was a little bit ahead of
really
Jinx.
in the same
I
I
line.
wanted to be practically in the same
One
level
wall.
as Jinx, so that way we could both shoot
I got the wall here.
the same kid,
Nice. Going in the box. Something.
One on shield.
and he gets shot in the back right here, and he loses. I think like all of his
Laser.
shield. Yeah.
Dead.
Coming.
Oh, okay, I got one. That's it.
See, he
fuck.
kills one
I'm gonna
here,
phase this
but
round.
I can't manage to take this kid's wall.
Oh, you can barely double it, bro. That's what. If you
I
can go
take
back
his
in
cone
from
because
that
he's not
box.
looking, but I just like cannot take this kid's wall. I go for the thirst because I just want that extra point.
It's
Many,
fine,
many.
it's fine, it's fine.
Not many.
Because we have
Yeah.
we have like 10 minutes or 5 minutes before
Fuck off, bro.
the event's
I
over.
want to get fucking killed.
So we just wanted to quit and then play our last game
Make
out.
sure you get, yeah. And then spray down, make sure he doesn't get that res off. Right, is he brain dead? Why did he stick that? Good shot. Right, pull back. Pop many. Good many.
So this is just some really poor box fighting because I haven't done any box fighting before the event. Or I had done barely no box fighting before the event. Not enough to be, sufficiently warm. But we end up getting in an actual full-on scrim situation here. We find 2 llamas in this game, so we end up upgrading all of our shit. But we find 2 llamas in this game, which is super lucky. And we end up getting in a scrim, which is sort of lucky, sort of super unlucky.
On those rocks, just there.
This right here, I decide that we're going to box up here.
I need some metal as well, but like.
And
You wanna
Jinx
go back
wants to
and
go.
farm those rocks, just there.
Jinx wants to go out and collect materials to replenish the materials he just wasted. Ordinarily, that would be fine, but there's 52 people in third circle.
Maybe.
It's not fine. You can't do that.
I'm gonna do it.
You just can't.
Okay, I'm gonna come to you.
He says, I'm going to do it, and I'm thinking, like, well, I can see where most people are going to be. We're dead center zone. Dead center zone is just where the W kids who are smart end up.
Sure.
And they're
We
the
should
worst type
probably-
of
we
W
should
kids.
forget about that.
Because they know how to fuck you bad. Jinx gets sniped because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
farming out in the open.
No, I got a med.
No.
I tell him to use floppers because they have double snipe, which they do. He flops and then decides
I
he's
got
going to use
2
250s instead of my minis and a 50. He gets 150 off, and then we get fucked. And I get sort of killed here because I'm trying to edit out and place a ramp, and I get stuck on
You
this
want a
wall.
pad? You want a pad or
Yeah,
what?
I'm padding.
And I try and I hit the street.
Padding.
So that's the end of
break
Rofo.
the tree. Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's
not
fine.
good, it's not good.
I try and low pad, but to no avail. I get shot in the back and I die.
Lasered one.
Yeah, I
Now Jinx came back,
Got killed
despite
by
padding,
something
he came back to fight again, and that was the end of our game. That's where the controller mindset sort of doesn't work out, is that he wasn't thinking right there about how weak either of them were. He had no tags, he wasn't worried about the third party or whatever.
I shield.
He just knew that if he knocked one, he
No,
might be
not
able
too
to
big.
knock the other. So he jumps on one, and the second one comes. So that's a very mini VOD review. But yeah, the things I'm going to try to take away from that one is just the mindset of the way that you play. When I'm playing with a keyboard and mouse player, they're always either really worried about getting placement, or they're always really worried about getting kills. And with a controller player, they're not worried about getting kills. They just want kills. It's a different desire. Keyboard and mouse players, for whatever reason, all the ones I've played with, they get worried about getting a kill because they know that they could fuck it up really easily. But I feel like most good controller players, or controller players who get a lot of frags, they're comfortable jumping into a box. They're not scared of that, the idea of getting a kill. So that's what I've learned. I need an aggressive teammate, because you can quash an aggressive teammate into playing a little bit more passive. But you can't make a passive player play aggressive because they're just if their natural desire is to play in fear of everyone else, they're never going to be able to be aggressive, ever. So yeah, you can't take a passive player and make them aggressive, which is what I learnt with Zunu or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Nusu. This guy right here, he was not an aggressive player, and that came out this week. So yeah, next week I'll be playing FNCS with Jinx, I believe, and we'll be playing all of our 10 games at the right time. Hopefully, we'll qual, and I'll have a VOD review of not only opens, but semis, and that'll be a really good video. So yeah, just mindset of the player you're with. Everything that I addressed yesterday, I fixed today with communication and stuff. My mechanics as well were fixed today. I warmed up properly before I got on with Jinx. Well, properly enough. Probably not enough, but I warmed up as opposed to not. So, yeah. That's it. Just mindset and confidence in your partner. Alright. See ya.